Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat, Sashina. I hope you're doing okay. Please be well. Glad to see you, but I understand. Court is not for everything every day or everybody every day. Hi, Miss Vicky. But thank you guys for being here. Today is Sunday, January the 19th of 2025. Can you believe that? Can you believe? It's almost Christmas of January, aka the 25th. I hope that everybody has had a nice weekend so far. It is quite chilly where I'm at right now. It is currently 30. What does it say here? Why doesn't it like me? It doesn't like me at all. 32. Very cold. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And we polished off all of the homemade chicken noodle soup that I made. It was delicious. He's yelling at me now. My roommate, the asshole in his 40s. I don't know why. I don't really care. I'm sure it's for some sort of food stuffs that I have told him 20 times I'm not getting him. Anyways, I probably, send mixed messages by making homemade soup and then also having to be not available to do lives. Anywho, we do have some court to watch. It's some of Judge Kirkham that I don't think we've seen before. So, let us zippity-doo-dah. Sorry, I'm looking around at things. I put in an Amazon order earlier today, and it won't get here for a week. That's terrible. That's terrible. That is... Oh, he wouldn't even... John, you know what the funny thing is? He has to go to the dentist tomorrow, so he's just being a baby. He's being a baby. Okay. Proper screen. There it is. Look at that. And then I'll go see what the baby wants while Judge looks at me. Yeah, Judge. Okay.
One moment, Mr. Haynes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Haynes, we're going to start with you.
Okay. Mr. Haynes, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court duty or failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges?
Yes.
Court has appointed Ms. Huffman to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Huffman in preparation for this hearing?
Yes.
And Ms. Huffman, are you ready to proceed?
I am. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Clan and Mr. Haynes, I'll have you each raise your right hand. We'll have you sworn in and then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Clan, you can proceed.
Docket number 2023-2972DS involving Brown and respondent Drellin Haynes. Respondent Haynes' total monthly obligation is $1,200.50, $837 for current support. Respondent is ordered to pay $360 per month on arrears and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees. Their last payment was $110.53 on March 11, 2024. Respondent has one show cause, 2 bench warrants, and no contempt findings. I have monitored respondent's compliance for the last 3 months at $1,200.50 per month. Respondent should have paid $3,601.50 and they've paid nothing. The shortfall is $3,601.50. Respondent's total arrears are substantial at $20,594.97 as of December 31st, 2024. Respondent was ordered to participate in the GEMS program August 28th, 2024 and failed to do so. For another court request, $500 bond previously posted be forfeited and applied to the arrears in this docket. Respondent has credit for 5 days served.
Okay. Ms. Huffman, do you dispute or contest any of the statements made by Mr. Klan?
No, thank you.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Klan?
I do. Mr. Klan, are you aware that the parties, when I say the parties, Mr. Haynes and the mother in this case, reside together?
No, I was not aware of that.
Okay. So if it turns out that they reside together and have for years, would there be any reason that his child support should not be abated?
To be honest, I'm not sure on that. I would have to get back with them. I'm really new. It's only my 5th month, so I apologize. Okay. I don't know on that.
That's okay. Thank you. I guess my last question would be, is that something you could look into for him?
Yes. Oh yeah. I can definitely look into that.
Okay. And if mother, if you're able to get a hold of mom to confirm that, and it's true that they've been living together and that the support could be abated, then you would put that into action for him.
Yes, I can do that. She did actually reach out to me about forgiving arrears and opting out. I sent her the information on how to do the arrears forgiveness, but for opting out because there was assistance, I told her that wasn't a possibility.
Right, and I agree with that. I just believe that it could be abated since they do live together. So, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Ms. Hoffman, just for your information, it cannot retroactively be abated, so she could discharge the arrears if she wanted, but you can't go back retroactive.
Yeah.
Well, in view of this, what I'm going to do, Mr. Klan has confirmed that the custodial parent wishes to forgive the arrearage. Mr. Klan, do you know how much that is owed to the payee?
I don't know the specific number just owed to her. I do know that the total number is the $20,594.97.
Well, let's figure that out so we can get, what I'm going to do is put this over about 30 days to have the mother appear and either get the arrearage forgiven before that hearing or at that hearing. And so we'll want to know what that arrearage is that she is forgiving at that particular point.
Understood. I will have that ready in 30 days.
Mr. Haynes, is the payee with you at this time?
Yeah, she's currently here right now.
Okay, why don't we have her come in and we'll talk to her and save coming back.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is Miss Brown,
oh my
is it?
golly.
Yes.
Hi.
Good morning, Ms. Brown. In this matter, Mr. Haynes is before the court on a basically a show cause to be held in contempt of court, but it's my understanding, taking to Mr. Klan, that you have talked to him about forgiving the arrearage in this matter. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that would be just the arrearage that's owed to you. You can't forgive the arrearage owed to the state or anything. And
Right. I understand.
so you would be willing to forgive all of the arrearage that's owed to you at this time?
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, used any undue influence, pressure, or promises to get you to do this?
No.
And you understand you don't have to?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what the court will do is we've got to figure out what's owed to you, ma'am, and what's owed to the state. We will, in fact, forgive the arrearage that's owed to you. If Mr. Haynes does owe an arrearage to the state, they can still come back on him for that. I would recommend to the two of you that you would take action to again modify the support, the fact that you're two together, and that way this doesn't come up in 6 or 9 months down the line and he's back in here. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that's all we'll do today. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Clan, you can take care of that and
Yes, Your Honor, will do.
give the arrearage. You're free to go, Mr. Haynes.
Oh, I just removed. Okay. All right, Mark, that was your one person, right?
Yes, can we get the $500 bond posted, forfeited, please?
Okay, well, yeah, we'll forfeit the bond.
Thank you.
Good job, Mark.
All right, let's go to the next hearing now. So,
I'm not sure what it will behold, Brooklyn. It's possible there might be some divorce hearings. These are, I mean, contempt of court hearings, a lot of them in relation to divorce cases or child custody cases. FOC
okay, please
enforcement officer
unmute
is
both
friend of
of
the court.
you.
Enforcement officer.
Ms. Bregel, hello?
Oh my god, I
Hi,
thought
yes,
you
I'm
had
here.
antlers.
Okay. All right, Mr. Forthofer, can you hear us?
Yes.
We're ready for you.
Hey, Mr. Vorhofer, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
Court will advise you in this matter. You have appointed Ms. Huffman to represent you. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Huffman in preparation for this hearing?
Yes.
And Ms. Huffman, are you ready to proceed?
I am, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Platic and Mr. Forthofer, what I'm going to do is have you raise your right hands. We'll have you sworn in, and then we'll proceed.
Right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Platic, you can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on docket 2018-1216 DS Bregel versus Forthfer. In this matter, Mr. Forthfer is here for an adjourned show cause hearing. Presently, we are working under a uniform child support order from March 15th of 2024. States he should be paying $1,483 in current support. The present guideline amount for arrears repayment is $309, and then the $3.50 service and processing fee, which brings us to a total of $1,795.50 each month. Compliance was measured over 2 months from the time that this was adjourned from last at that amount. He was also ordered to make a $500 lump sum payment, which he did pay. The total amount due over those 2 months would be $4,091. He paid a total of $1,000 during that time frame, leaving him short $3,091. Current arrearage in this docket is $17,448.54 through the end of December.
Hold a second, will you?
Mhm.
We've got a disturbance in the,
Yeah, we do have a disturbance in the chat. It's Eric. He's fine, Judge. I'm not actually very concerned. Eric is free to come in here and talk, and it's fine. So don't worry about it. It is a little bit disturbing. I'll remind everybody, if you don't like it, go ahead and block. You can use that button yourself. Seriously, I don't know what's going on here. In the courtroom, that is.
tank, so I'm having a real hard time.
Sorry. We can't hear it on our end, Judge.
Oh, it's very loud here.
Oh, buddy. Do you need me to repeat anything? Do you need any of those numbers repeated, Judge?
No, I'm just waiting, waiting for it to end. Okay, sounds like it's it's dispensed, so go ahead.
Okay. Current arrearage was $17,448.54 through the end of December. His last payment is in the amount of $500 that was paid on December 26th, 2024, and he made that payment on his own. Enforcement history is 3 show causes, no bench warrants. He's had 2 contempt findings. One of those contempt findings was by your honor, in which there was a 14-day jail sentence on June 5th of 2024. He paid the $1,000 purge in lieu of serving that sentence. At this point in time, we show his source of income is self-employed. He does wood carvings for money. And he reported to me that he has been living off of his retirement as far as supporting himself.
Okay. Ms. Huffman, do you contest or dispute any of the statements made by Ms. Platic?
No, I don't.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Platic?
No, thank you.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Huff?
Yes, I would call my client, please. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Are you currently working at this time?
No, I'm not.
I thought she said you're a wood carver, sir. You're supposed to be carving wood. Also, please name your strains. Everybody here needs a little bit. Everybody. I have Blue Iguana, and it is 30.44%. Thank Christ. Thank somebody. Thank somebody. Paisley of the past for purchasing this hybrid marijuana legally.
Okay, do you have a business where you do some wood carvings or something at all?
Yes, it's helps.
Sorry, I just want to tell you guys the parentage of this, or the lineage of this strain. It's a cross between Double Dutch and Old Time Moonshine. Fuck yes. Even better. And it's actually pretty nice looking. It's quite purpley and crystally. We interrupt this court case to bring you... It's not super great, but it's pretty great. You can't really tell. It's got a very, like, you know, musky, spicy smell. Spicy. That's how I describe it. Oh, nice, Heidi. Brooklyn says looks nasty. You know, it does look a little bit nasty, Brooklyn. That wasn't a great piece, but smoke's fine. Also, let's continue.
Pass the time and get a little bit of extra money to just not enough to do much with. It's pretty much a hobby that's not a substitute for a job.
Okay, and when was your last job?
That was February 24.
Okay, and where were you working?
Farrell Gas Company in Portage, Michigan.
How much were you making per year then?
I believe it was 22. I hadn't worked there a full year, so I think it was at 22 an hour.
Oh, 22 per hour. Okay. And regular, like 40 hours per week?
Yes.
Somehow your support got changed though, where your income was increased significantly from that amount. Is that correct?
Yes, with the CDLA figured
so
into it.
How did you obtain your CDLA?
Through Michigan Works program.
And is
I've
that
had my
sorry, is that a program that you were asked to start or that you got into by yourself?
By myself. I've had a Class B CDL for anything with air brakes. Class A is a tractor trailer, and yeah, it was something they were offering, and I'd wanted to do it anyway, and it was a perfect opportunity.
And have you been able to find a job doing that, that specific position?
I've talked to many people. The positions that are available are all over the road, 2 weeks of work with a week home. So I really was looking for something local, but those are few and far between. So now I am just I have an interview with Caribou Services out of Galesburg. That's looking promising. I'm hoping it'd be next week because they're in need of drivers and are hiring immediately, and that would be to sanitary cleaning of porta potties, and it is what it is. And
Do you know
I'll
how
do
much you
whatever.
would be making doing that job?
Any 19 to 24 bucks an hour. I don't know what they're going to start me off at.
Okay. When do you have that interview?
Tomorrow.
Oh, the interview is tomorrow,
Yes.
and you're hoping.
It's always tomorrow. Also, remember, Eric, I'm not American. I'm Canadian, and on top of that, I'm an immigrant to Canada. So, not from America. So take that as you may. Take that as you may. Also, I thought it was easy to find a job if you were a train truck driver. I don't know.
To be able to start by next week?
Yes.
Okay,
As soon as
and then how
possible.
much, do you have any money that you could pay right now in order to appease this situation for temporarily until you start getting your paychecks?
I could make something work. I do have, I think, anywhere from 5, possibly 600 I could pay, but whatever it would take to appease the courts and keep me out of jail and or give me an extension, I'll do whatever it takes.
Appease the courts. Give me an extension. We don't block anything, Eric. Nobody's blocking you. They're just, well, other people might be, but I don't block you. But people are ignoring you because you're not engaging. You're not catching everybody's interest, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody's fucking blocking anything, though. Also, hi over it. Hope you are doing good. And let's continue.
What I can do.
So that would be, is that your bill money, rent money, stuff like that? Would that be what you'd be using?
Yes.
Okay, but you'd be willing to do that in order to have the court potentially adjourn this until you can start getting your paycheck?
Definitely. I don't think me doing jail time would look good on a resume.
Well, you don't put that on your fucking resume. You know, I've always skipped over the jail section when I create my resumes, and I'm just not sure why you would write that in there. This is a pity party that you want us to throw for you, and we aren't gonna do it.
And
So
yeah.
let me ask you this, how many resumes do you have out there?
Oh, approximately 50. Just
Okay,
everything online.
okay,
Everything
thank you.
online and you only did 50, bruh? Oh my. My, oh my, oh my.
I have no further questions, at this time.
Sir, if you've had the CDLB and now you have the CDLA, well, why haven't you been able to be employed previously?
The big gap between.
Okay, what does that mean?
Oh, no, I'm just from the last job. It's all online, and tell you the truth, there's not many Class B positions out there. And that's what made me want to get my A, because everything's Class A, Class A. Well, I got it, and everything is over the road, which is good, but I gotta spend time. I gotta have time for my kids. Being home for a week, pretty much out of a month, is it's. I know I gotta get a job and have money and do my child support and due diligence, but I'm learning that yes, I'm in the meantime, I can look for a local CDLA drivers.
Listen, you can get paid $20 an hour working at McDonald's. I find it so bewildering when people are like holding out for these jobs that they really, really want that pay as much as the job that you could go get right now. Go get a job. There's a list of 4 pages that they have.
Position, but now I can't keep doing what I'm doing. I can't live this way, and it's definitely different now that it's all online. That's not an easy feat. I'm not not used to
Computers? What aren't you used to? You're gonna have to get used to that kind of shit, sir. Do you know what you would be best off doing? You haven't worked since February. If I were you, I would be spending every day increasing your typing speed, because guess what? That is literally a huge impediment for many older adults, because they hunt and peck type. They can't type fast. Get over yourself and get onto a fucking typing tutor program like we all had to, and start using your time instead of Candy Crushing it. Okay? Seriously.
I'm used to sending a resume or going up to a business with a resume.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm just looking at this, at least as far as trucking. I don't know if it's the case, but as I drive down the highway, it's almost every truck has, signs I'm saying, looking for drivers, et cetera. So it just seems like it would be an easy thing to acquire.
I can totally see where you're coming from, and it does seem that way. I mean, it seems everybody's hiring, but it is all long haul over the road, and everybody I talk to says the same thing, Judge. And it's not that easy. It's not that simple. And I'm finding out with the CDLA, there's things that come with it. It's not just driving a truck. There's a lot of just not much family time. I would really like something where I'm home daily. And there are positions out there like that. But just one of them has to open up for me.
Okay. I will let you know, you have a sizable again, support obligation here. You do have a right to petition to have that modified if you desire to do that. So you can file the petition yourself by going to the circuit court clerk's office and getting the paperwork and filing that.
Yes.
What's your education background, sir?
Graduated from high school, did, a year at college and that's about it. And then I got hired with the city of North Ridgeville in Ohio, acquired my CDLB in 2000. And, I have a tanker endorsement, hazmat endorsement, that I got with Feral Gas here, but that's my education background, I guess.
Okay. Do you have any physical or mental disabilities that keep you from working?
No.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
Yeah, well, during the holidays, and Brittany knows when her and I got together, finding a job was not easy. I went through temp agencies and I had a good resume. For UPS, I jumped for them one Christmas, just running packages back and forth. That was like part-time. It was whenever they called you. I've had a lot of odd jobs when I first came here, and then I temp agency, like I said, that wasn't a lifetime job, but I got a job with Republic Services, and held on to that one for 5 years. And her and I separated, and I think I worked there another year. And change of management, I lost it because of that. And so it's just not as easy as it looks or sounds to find a job. But, I just need a little.
Well, as somebody who recently found a job, it was in fact exactly that simple. I mean, I know it's not that easy for everybody, but if you're willing to work hard, there are lots of jobs. If you're picky as fuck, yeah, it's gonna be really hard. But if you are a get your hands dirty and get things done type of person, since you don't want to be a computer guy, then you're gonna have to get your hands dirty, right, Wixom? And yeah, Brooklyn raises such a good point. Why didn't you keep the UPS job? And Amazon is hiring. Amazon Daddy is always hiring.
A little bit of more time here, and because this is not the way I want things to go, and that's I ask for the courts to just give me one more chance.
Okay.
That's all.
One more chance. Katie9. Hi. Hope you're doing well. This gentleman is wearing antlers because he has an interview tomorrow about, wasn't it to do with some sort of antler place? Courtney's advocating for locking him up, and I'm sort of along there too. This is Michigan, but I should have got out the excuse counter, although his were just repeating rambles of excuses. It's hard when everybody else on the screen has a job. It just becomes harder to convince people that do have jobs that it's hard to get a job. I found that. The easiest people in the world to convince of how hard it is to get a job are other unemployed people. Okay? Those people will agree with you 100%. But it's when you come up against people that have jobs, they tend to find it very, very different.
Ms. Borrego, is there anything you'd like to say, ma'am?
There's a lot I could say. I work in logistics. I work for one.
Where are you speaking from, ma'am? Where? And Courtney, I totally agree. I love money so much, but you know. Let's continue. I can't get over thinking that he has. I didn't realize she was even here. I've been advocating for you, ma'am. But why lock him up? Because he's in contempt of court. Because he hasn't taken initiative to get his thing lowered. Because he's already been in contempt more than once. And he hasn't shown any... If he was working somewhere making $800 or whatever and making minimum payments, I would agree. Don't lock him up. Even if he was shorter on the child support, I would say no, don't lock him up because he's out there working. But Buddy's at home once in a while carving wood. I'm sorry, what? But he somehow has money for rent? Where did that come from? And again, he's complaining. There are seasons in our lives when sometimes we have to work harder, we have to work more, we have to work longer, and then sometimes we have more time. Brooklyn, we're talking about, the reason I say it is because last time they threatened him with prison, he paid up. So it seems to me like the threat alone makes him pay. Look, he's been sitting in the prayer position the whole time. And listen, I'm all about a work-life balance, let's be clear. And he already said he's not disabled, KD9, and he has a commercial driver's license. But I just want to point out, I'm all about work-life balance. But, like I said, you have to have a little balance. This seems like a lot of life balance, not a lot of work.
One of the major carriers in our country, and I also have a lot of contacts in the Battle Creek area and surrounding just because of what I do. And I sent Michael a list of probably 10 to 15 different local trucking companies that I knew that were hiring almost immediately. And a lot of them have a sign-on bonus because finding good drivers is a difficult thing. However, every time we come to court, it's another story about I almost have a job. Next week I'll have this. Next week I'll have that. I know my son told me that he has interviewed and tried for some jobs, but couldn't pass the trucking test for that facility or that company. I don't know if that's what's been the hang up or not, but this is just not. You could be over the road. He could be over the road. He could be out 2 weeks and home. It's a matter of convenience. He doesn't even have his custody of his kids except for holidays and the summer. So I allow him to see him out of my own generosity and flexibility, but that should not be anything that's keeping him from getting a job this entire time. It's just unacceptable to me.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, that's all.
Okay. Ms. Huffman, anything?
I would just ask the court to consider adjourning this, allowing him just a couple of weeks to see if he can get this job and get things going. He is willing to make that $500 or $600 payment as soon as possible. I think he said he could make it by next Friday, at least by the end of the month, he could make that, and perhaps the court could set this matter for the end of the month, and he would have made that payment and have a job and hopefully even maybe have his first check by then. So that's what I would ask for at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, the court has heard the testimony in this matter, and the court notes that
What do we think the court's gonna do? Get your guesses into the chat right now. I think her testimony was damning for him. It sounds also like she's trying to help him, which is sad as well. I don't like to see people play the system. Let's see what the judge does.
the respondent has good credentials in this matter. He has high school education. He has 1 year of college. He had his CDLB, is now has a CDLA. He also talks about having a hazmat credentials in this matter as well, certification, if you would. And he has, again, has the opportunity to be into trucking. And obviously it's not his desire to be over the road, so he's not at home as much. But the fact is, when you look at the alternative, yeah, you need to do something. And if that's what you have to do, you have to do that to support your child. You have a sizable arrearage in excess of $17,000. So this isn't something that's creeped up on you and all of a sudden happened. You haven't paid for a considerable period of time. Court advised you, as I had previously, you have a right to seek a modification of your support. So you can do that if you wish to do so. In this case, he has not worked since sometime back in early 24. Last job ended sometime in February of 24, so we're going on a year of not working. And although he stated he has various resumes out, court notes it's probably he's resistant to do the over-the-road stuff, and as a result, he's limiting himself as to what he basically would be able to take as far as jobs. Although it sounds like, from speaking to Ms. Brigo, that obviously there's a lot of jobs available out there. The court will find that he has not exercised good faith attempt at compliance. He's failed or refused to comply, and he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Huffman?
I would just ask the court to set the purge amount, allow him to be able to pay that prior to, or give him the time to pay that prior to sending him to serve the time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Court had previously, Mr. Forthofer was previously held in contempt on 2 occasions by myself back in June of 2024, giving him 14 days. He did satisfy that by paying the purge amount. And, but as you'll see, Mr. Forthofer, in these matters, that as this goes up, it's increasing. It's going to be exponentially larger as you go along. What I'm going to do in this matter is I am going to sentence you to 30 days in jail in this case. I don't have written down, Ms. Platic, was there any credit for time?
No, sir.
Okay. So there's 0 credit for time served. I will allow you to pay a purge amount of $500 in this case, that you have to pay that prior to January 24, 2025 at 4:00 p.m. If you do not, then you need to report to the sheriff at that time and serve the sentence that's been imposed on you. I will tell you, I'm still cutting, if you would, the amount of time you could get, because you could get up to 90 days, but recognize if you're back here again, the time's going to exponentially increase and you'd be looking at extended periods of jail time, sir. So that will be the order of the court. You're free to go. Have a good day. Thank you, Ms. Brigo, for appearing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
He got lucky with the low purge amount, to be honest. Hi, guys, just coming in. Patrick.
Hey,
That's all I have for you today, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, now
And
we'll go
thank
to
you,
your last one here,
Bill, for the
Shelley.
late fee.
Last, I thought Ms. Tulf had 2 hearings.
Yeah, but one is without.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to work through the ones with attorney first and then go to the one without last. All right, Mr. Volkenberg, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hold on, let me just
What's your name again, sir?
Luke Van Valkenburg.
I think I got the spelling right.
Van Valkenburg. No,
Yeah.
it's $500 and then the 30 days is gone, Brooklyn. We're just gonna finish this, so I think there is approximately half an hour left, Wixom. And he still and that $500 goes directly to his arrearages. It doesn't go to court fees. So what that means is the entire bond amount, unlike most criminal bonds or things like that, they're gone. But this one goes towards his arrearages. So regardless if it's a payment towards his arrearage to make him avoid jail. It's not like we're taking $500 away from the child. Just to be clear. Also, at first I thought he was appearing from a hospital bed, but it appears he's standing beside or up against a fridge.
Anyway, we're ready for you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Van Valkenburg, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or.
Also, yay! Thank you, Wixom. 4 months, time does fly. Thank you for the kind words. And also thank you again, Bill, for that late fee. That was great. A great late fee. Thank you.
Related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges?
I do.
Court has appointed Ms. Huffman to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient time to speak to Ms. Huffman in preparation for this hearing?
Yay, Beverly, 14 months. And does Wix have a hot date? You got a hot date? I love it when our our online people meet in real life. That's awesome. Okay, let's continue then quickly. We got dates. I got a date either with the bathtub or I might walk my ass to the store. Just opposite ends of the spectrum. I haven't decided yet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms. Huffman, are you ready to proceed?
I am, thank you.
Ms. Toth, I'll have you and Mr. Van Valkenburg, I'll have you raise your right hand. We'll have you sworn in, and then we'll take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Toth, you can proceed.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. We're here today for an adjourned compliance hearing for docket number 2023-112 DP involving the respondent Luke Van Valkenburg. Currently, a uniform support order from March 2023 is being enforced. The defendant's total monthly obligation is $173.50 per month. That comes from $120 for current support, the guideline amount of $50 per month for arrears, and $3.50 for service and processing fees. Last payment we received on this docket was $39.89 on August 26, 2024, and that was through income withholding. I have monitored, this is the first show cause. He's had 2 bench warrants and no previous contempt findings on this docket. I have monitored compliance for the last 6 months at a rate of $173.50. This means he should have paid $1,041 and he has only paid $210.67. Total arrears on this case are at $2,346.33 through the end of this month. Front of the court would like Your Honor to be aware that I have adjourned this matter multiple times to allow the respondent to find employment or make payments on his own and get into compliance. He does have the ability to work and pay on this case. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Huffman, do you dispute or contest any statements made by Ms. Tall? You're muted.
Sorry, no, I don't dispute anything and I don't have any questions.
Okay, then any proofs, Ms. Huffman?
Yes, I would call Mr. Van Valkenburg.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Van Valkenburg, are you currently working right now?
Not at the moment.
And why are you not working?
I do not have ID. I'm over here in Marshall. Everybody takes ID for a job, and I've been told multiple.
So why don't you have an ID?
I owe fines over in Pennsylvania from a couple years ago. I used to live there, and then I was trying to get legal down there. I got some tickets, and then they turned into fines, and then they have a hold on my license and my ID, so I can't pay them. Neither can I pay child support without a job. And yeah, no.
Okay, are you working on trying to pay those fines and costs off?
Yes, I'm trying to claim some money up so I can pay them fines, but there's other benefactors that come into play, like child support and other fines over here in Michigan, and rent and phone and everything else.
And
And so,
who do you live with, or do you live with anybody right now?
I
Okay, so you froze up, so I didn't hear any response.
say that again, sorry.
You froze up, sir, so I didn't hear your response to when she asked you who you live with.
Okay. Usually I sleep out of my vehicle, but at the time being, I am living with my uncle because he needs care, and I've been helping him with that, but it's usually out of my own vehicle.
Are you able to apply with the state to be able to get paid for helping your uncle? Is that something you've
Uh,
considered?
I've considered it in the past because I was taking care of another person. He was blind and he had other issues. He just came out of a coma. So I have looked into caretaking and CNA services. But you know, it's a certification process that, you know, it gets to me, and I just can't get certified by anybody. Yeah, I don't really know the whole process to get paid.
Okay, so I'm not aware of how this works. So if you owe money in a state, I understand that you can't get your driver's license, but is that still the reason you can't get an ID either?
Yes, they have a hold on my license and ID because I went to the Secretary of State and tried to get both. They're like, they have a hold on both of them. Call them and try to get it sorted out. And then we called them, and then they told us the amount due, and that's as far as.
They told you about Mountain Dew? What? Is that what he just said? Is that what he just said?
We got into it because it's so much.
Are you able to like show your birth certificate, any other type of form of identification in order to get a job started?
I've tried that. They want the photo ID for their tax paperwork, and they're coming out with new paperwork taxes this year too. So, but that's the whole problem.
Okay, are you able to make a
Birth
payment at
certificate.
all towards your support right now?
I can pay $50. I just need the court case number because that's what's been prohibiting me from making the payments for the past couple of days.
Okay, so you'd be able to make a $50 payment by Friday?
Yes, today, Friday,
Okay,
tomorrow.
okay. And then do you have any medical issues that prevent you from working?
I have carpal tunnel. I haven't been diagnosed with neuropathy, but I have that. My legs are gone as well. I have a few other mental problems, but we're not going into those. Yeah, it's all discussed in the earlier uh, mental. Yeah, no, the court indicted me to go down to Indiana. That was for previous, you know, bad thoughts and all that. But
Okay.
no, nothing written down by a doctor besides carpal tunnel right now.
Did
But I
you
don't have,
indicate to me earlier that your mom was going to be helping you pay off some of those fines and costs so that you could get your ID back?
Looks like we lost him again.
Oh, he's pretty far gone. I think we are giving him a break, Brooklyn. But he's got to do, if he's a caretaker for people, he's got to be able to be responsible for other people. The government pays for that. Carpal tunnel is real, though.
Hey, hold on. Lost him completely now.
Hold on, wait a minute. We lost him completely.
Your Honor, would it be okay if I go do, I had a couple of 8:30s this morning and I came in very early to get those done.
Hi, Chris.
And they didn't bring my client up, but my client was the one who was up in your courtroom making
Oh, making all the
noise.
noise.
That's what I was just told, and they're wanting me to go take care of some issues.
Well, let's finish this, because as soon as he connects, we shouldn't be much longer.
Okay.
Wow. So somebody really was making a ruckus. Judge wasn't just buying time for his future Wordle competition score. And hi, Christopher Engelby. It's lovely to see you. I think I've come up with a happy
And
medium.
just for your information, I did get off of this list, so this will be my last time, and it's been great working with all of you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you're gonna have some issues with your client on this other matter. I can't recall ever having a person respond the way that person did.
I assume that he's very upset because he was an 8:30 this morning, and
Well,
we're doing
he's not going anywhere, so he shouldn't be too upset.
we're doing a competency eval hearing
Yeah.
today.
I assumed that.
Emily, can you try maybe calling him?
Sorry.
Have him join by phone, perhaps?
Yeah, let me see if I can get a hold of him real quick and give him that number.
Yes.
I guess you can work on that, Emily. And Shelly's got her hands full coming up here. Oh, Shelly, Emily. Did they ever come back? He never came back. Oh, maybe he was just on the phone. Maybe he was just on the phone and I then skipped through. Here we go. I'm thinking about it. What I've decided is I'll put in a grocery order that I'll pick up tomorrow. And I will have my bath tonight. Maybe I'll order.
All right, he should be
groceries while
popping
I'm
back in a minute.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine.
That's perfect, actually.
You gave him the 646 number?
Yes.
Okay.
What should absolutely be on my grocery list this week, you guys? What can't I miss out on? I'm feeling uninspired a little bit. We already had some cases, Carol, and now we're just waiting for this last little bit and then we're done. And honestly, I'm feeling like I should have fucking called it a couple minutes ago. Cereal and milk, beef jerky, butter. Yes. Miss Donna! Orlando Chiquita! Too sweet.
Is that his number, 404-6747?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear us now, sir?
Yes, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
My phone keeps losing service.
Donna,
Mr.
you
Van-
are like the magic. You're a magician. You summoned forth the guy back on the phone. Thank you so much. 10 gifts. And guess what? We're doing members only Monday tomorrow. That's when we're doing members only this week because I am off for a few days. How exciting is that? Welcome new members and thank you so much, Miss Donna. That is amazing. Is there thunderstorms in Orlando right now? Because I thought I saw an alert on Ryan Hall, Ryan Hall, you know how he is. It's cold. Oh no, be careful. I heard it's getting cold all across the Americas, and even here, what did I say it was? 32 earlier? 32. So cold. Okay, let's hear what he has to say, and then I think we'll call it after this case.
Valkenburg, in this matter, what have you been doing to support yourself since your last employment in August of 24?
Well, I just moved into my uncle's last month, so beforehand I was sleeping out of a vehicle and doing whatever I can to, you know, scrape up gas money or, you know, take cans back. But without an ID, I couldn't work. It's just
Okay. How long have you been without an ID, sir?
it expired back in August, my birthday. Otherwise, I'd still have it. But yeah, just since
You
August.
didn't say that you didn't have it because it expired. You said you didn't have it because you had fines in Pennsylvania and therefore you couldn't acquire it. So did you have an ID up and through August?
Yes. See, back in March, I lost my wallet, and then I went to Secretary of State to get a new ID, and they told me that I can't get a new ID nor a license because I have unpaid blah 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 over in Pennsylvania. And then I was like, okay. They gave me a number to call, so I called them, and it wasn't the right number. It was just PennDOT. I had to call a different number to get the total fines allotted, amount due, and all that.
I swear he keeps saying Mountain Dew. I know he's saying a Mountain Dew, but it sounds so much like Mountain Dew. Oh, a better YouTuber than I would throw it up on the screen.
But yeah, no. So, I'm sorry. It wasn't expired until my birthday because I turned 25, and then apparently I need a new license after 25. So it expired due to the fact that my license actually expired, and with the fines, I can't get a new license nor ID because I have the hold on both as well.
How much are the fines that you owe out of Pennsylvania?
Oh, it's like $480 something. Because
Whoa, Chris. You guys are so sweet. You and Miss Donna. Thank you, Christopher Engelby. I so appreciate that. Reminder tomorrow, Monday night, members only after the sun goes down. She says. Thank you, Christopher, and welcome new members. I saw a few recognized names in there. Love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Judge is not happy. I'll say thatty.
my license expired when I was down there when I was 19, and then due to COVID, I couldn't come back up here because everybody shut down, and and without a license down there, it's not like I could drive back up here to get my new license. I don't know. It's always a licensing issue. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anything else you'd like me to be aware of?
I don't believe so. As soon as I get a license or ID, I'm off to work because I've already had a couple companies tell me that as soon as you get your license or ID, anything with a photocopy of you, but they can't take jail ID. I asked them about that.
Oh my goodness. We're so glad that you're back. And I appreciate you. We do have the best family around. Best chat around. Everybody better be prepared for the cold. Listen, if it gets real cold, we might get detention dockets again. Who's excited for that? I am. Thank you again, Wixom. It's amazing. You guys rock.
Like, I went to even a couple temp agencies and they told me no, jail ID won't work. They told me to bring it anyways, so I did. I mean, I know they need photocopy ID.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Huffman?
No, nothing further. Thank you.
Well, court will make the following findings. In this case, Mr. Van Valkenburg has an arrearage of just over $2,300. He has a nominal amount. He only pays $173.50 per month that he lost, and his ID expired in August of 2024, and therefore he wasn't able to get it. And when he checked into that, he found out that he had, well, he was reminded that he had some fines out of Pennsylvania that he owed in approximately about $480, so not a substantial amount. Since that time, he's not worked. He claims that he has problems because he doesn't have photo ID, but the court will note, and I believe whoever it was that told you couldn't get just a regular ID is incorrect. You maybe not be able to get your license when you have that, but I don't think there's any prohibition on a photo ID. So you need to check back and see if you can't get that photo ID. Oftentimes dealing with governmental agencies, you have to do multiple times because they don't always get it right. So you have to check back on that and see what you can do. But he states that other than some carpal tunnel, he is physically and mentally able to work, that he has worked some odd jobs, he says, and he's doing currently caretaking for his uncle, but not being paid for that because he hasn't been certified or whatever. But court would note on that as well that family members can, in fact, get care services and be paid from the state. And so he needs to look into that more than just taking somebody's, I guess, assertion as the fact that it's true. So he finds himself in some difficulties, but that appears as a result of his own failure to take action in this case. So the court's going to find that he has not exercised good faith attempt at compliance, he's failed to refuse to comply, and he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Huffman?
I would ask the court to consider setting a very low purge amount. It does appear that my client has been homeless for some time, is currently residing with his uncle, but does have approximately $50 that he could pay by Friday. So I would ask the court to consider that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Van Valkenburg, what the court's going to do, the court is going to sentence you in this matter to 14 days in jail with credit for no time served. You could get up to 45 days in jail, but as it is your first offense, you've not been held in contempt previously, I'm not going to do that. The court would allow you to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $200. So if you do not pay the purge amount of $200, then you need to report to the sheriff's department on January 17, 2024, and to serve your 14 days in jail. So do you have any questions, sir? I didn't hear you. No, still.
Can you speak up, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can hear you now. Yes, speak up and we'll hear you.
Okay, fine. No questions from me.
Okay. Okay, that will be the order of the court, and hopefully You can come up with a purge. You don't have to go to jail. And then I will tell you in this matter, as you come back, if you come back in 3-6 months, that it's progressively going to get to be more serious. So you need to take care of this so that you don't have to come back. So you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
believe
Ms.
that.
Huffman.
Thank
Yep.
you. Yeah.
Hopefully you weather your next one.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, take care, Shelley. Okay, Emily, we'll go.
Thank you, Shelly. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck, we say. What should be a short? That last part? Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being so supportive of me, each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow, though. Don't forget, for members only. It's right back at it. But I think because of the day, we're going to have to think, we'll have to watch something else. Maybe we'll figure out, we'll find something else. Anyways, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Remember, do me a favor. Remember that I love you. And I am proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Where's the button? Okay, it said bye.